Charles has a real big problem with his youngest son, Prince Harry. We're not talking about the books, the docu-series, the very difficult wife, Meghan Markle, and all the negativity that's gone on over the last 2+ years since Prince Harry and Meghan Markle decided to refrain from being working members of the British monarchy. It's this particular incident that's now going to decide exactly how best King Charles deals with his very difficult now youngest son, which could almost derail the celebrations for the forthcoming coronation on May the 6th. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here. Nice to see you. I hope you're all keeping well, fine and dandy, whatever you're doing today. Not bad weather today, wherever we are. I don't know what it's like in your part of the world. I know many people are suffering around the world, particularly out in New Zealand, and of course Turkey, as we've mentioned before, and the ongoing battles out in Ukraine. Never ending in the world we live in, is it? So let's all have good thoughts and hopefully some prayers for those people in difficulty wherever you are, including, of course, over here in the United Kingdom. We all should be kinder to each other. Do you not agree? Back as ever, though, to your breaking royal story of the day. This is a really difficult story, in fact, because as we've now been revealed to, is that Prince Harry's on battle with the British Metropolitan Police, the Met Police over here in the United Kingdom, is costing literally thousands of pounds. If you remember, he instigated this legal challenge because he says that when he returns back here to the United Kingdom, he does require certain elements of security. Now, what was interesting, the last time that he returned over here to the United Kingdom for the Platinum Jubilee, and then, of course, sadly, for the funeral of our late and beautiful monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, royal protection was afforded to him. Now, this is the problem that the British monarchy, the insiders within the palace gates, don't understand. Because if he does return, obviously he would be staying within inside the confines of Windsor Castle, which is where, of course, Frogmore Cottage is, where he's decided to keep on as his UK home and base, currently rented. So they don't really understand exactly the problem that Prince Harry has. But he's basically claiming that he's now much more of a target since leaving the British monarchy and wanting to return as and when with his wife and children to see family. Now, many people might say, including the British Metropolitan Police and other senior figures within parliamentarian areas and, of course, the British government, well, exactly when are you planning to come back? Because given the onslaught that you've done to your family, particularly with the Netflix series and, of course, your best-selling book, that might be some way off. But so far, as you can see from these eye-watering figures, it's going to be costing the British taxpayer quite a lot of money. Now, the other side to this is this: according to a good source, Prince Harry is funding this himself, allegedly, as ever, we have to say that. So if he is, of course, that means he could end up picking up both sides of the tab. But this really wouldn't be good enough for the British public. They feel that if he wants to go and live halfway around the world in California, why should the British taxpayer, as and when he decides to return back here to the United Kingdom, simply have to pick up the tab for his return? And not just him, but his wife and children. And that could mean if they decide to go on a night out to the theatre or indeed shopping in the capital. Very tricky situation. On top of that, of course, Prince Harry's been accused of escalating these security issues with his alleged revelations in his best-selling book about the Taliban. So once again, somebody might say, well, if you didn't put that in the book, you wouldn't necessarily become such a prime target. But which either way you look at it, this is a deal, this is a problem that King Charles now needs to really nip in the bud. Because quite frankly, with the anti-monarchist out in force, many people don't wish to pay for this forthcoming coronation. Well, this is literally a gift from heaven for them. And once again, this all centres upon the fact that his rather difficult youngest son is making not just the king, but senior members of the British monarchy's life rather difficult. This is a developing story, and as ever, when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.